Climate change protesters. Nothing actually makes me want to emit more carbon than them. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. One of the woke absurdities that's happening more and more in the world isn't just people being concerned with the climate change that we're told is happening. Dude, it's weird. You can't measure it, you can't see it, you can't perceive it. This climate change is like a concealed weapon. Man, that's what makes it so dangerous. Ugh. But aside from that fear-mongering, there's the phenomenon of groups of people getting together. Let's get your hair dyed blue. Let's not shave your armpits, ladies. Come on over here. We're gonna be activists together, blocking traffic. They're blocking traffic to protest climate change. Now, I assume these people are scientists. It's happening more and more all over the world, actually, all over the US as well. It's obviously effective. I'm not going to discount that. It's obviously effective. When you're blocking traffic, you are reducing the amount of carbon that pushes straws into the noses of sea turtles. So hats off for them being very effective. Now let's take a gander at a little bit of a montage of climate activists blocking traffic, and we'll also see how some people choose to deal with these activists because they want to go to work or get home.
No, non lo picchiare, dai. Non lo picchiare.
Just, yeah, I don't know about you, but I learned when I was, you just run them over, that's fine. I learned when I was about 2 years old, don't play in the road. These people are like, well, my emotional maturity is less than that, so I haven't learned that lesson. Let's just sit in front of the car. Got him. These activists, do they think they're actually creating more of a movement, like getting more people on board with being concerned with their cause? So here's a question, if you want someone to do what you want them to do, is being the most obnoxious, most annoying person possible to them, do you think that's actually gonna help your cause? Probably not. When I get annoyed by something, I actually want to move away. I get repelled. If I see, even if it's annoying people representing a good cause, and I'm not saying theirs is a good cause, I think it's propaganda, but if I see annoying people representing a good cause, then I feel annoyed by the cause, and I'll associate my annoyance with the cause, and I'll think the cause is stupid because those people are stupid. Let's take a look at more climate activists and process of blocking traffic to help the climate. Just get in front of the car. That makes a lot of sense. Not really a physics major. Oh, a car's driving over me. Yeah, I should be in front of the car. Hold up the sign. It'd be funny if he just gasses it and shows up at work with those people still on his windshield. I dare say get up a little speed, about 20 miles an hour, hit the brakes. You're gonna have your problem flung about 50 feet down the pavement. I mean, what's going through these people's minds right now as they're on the hood of the car with his driver going relatively slowly, but he's driving down the road? It's like, dude, we gotta hang on. The upside is well worth it. We gotta hang on, because if we just stay on the hood of the car, we're gonna have the polar ice caps get colder. We really gotta stay on the hood of this car, guys. And there's more geniuses in action. We'll see those in a second. Actually, on this very day, Hillary Clinton just delivered a very powerful message about the climate. And if there's anyone you want to trust about anything, it's Hillary Clinton. If you hear words out of her mouth, you can take those as true. So Hillary Clinton highlights climate change death toll at COP28, some kind of summit conference kind of thing, despite a 99% decrease in deaths from a century ago. So Hillary Clinton, take it from her, like she's of course a scientist, she is an expert in death, but telling us, hey, we have so many climate change deaths happening. In fact, my former associate who was found hanging in a tree with a gunshot blast to his chest, he died of climate change. Guys, you need to listen up and go sit in the middle of traffic. Here's a quick example, apparently, of how German police deal with climate protesters sitting in the middle of the street blocking traffic.
What's up?
Pick them up by the armpits, drag them. Yep. Traffic's moving again. And the climate doesn't look any worse. I would have expected deadly floods and tornadoes to instantly strike the area the moment those climate activists were taken off the street, which kind of makes me think them sitting in the middle of the street doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna have to rethink that. Actually, it does make a difference. It just makes more people annoyed by the whole climate change conversation. And, have you ever heard of road rage? People tend to get quick to anger and get into intense forms of anger much easier on the road. Because you're in a car. Your survival reflexes are a little bit more turned on. You're in a car, which is obviously be a life or death scenario if you're not safe. So people are just much quicker to anger. Road rage. Now, if you're enraging people who are already in an environment that makes it easy for them to get rageful in, I don't know how well things are going to turn out for you. And in fact, you may have heard about this in Panama recently. Things didn't turn out too well for climate activists who were sitting in the middle of the road. You can see the headline here: elderly lawyer shoots dead 2 climate protesters blocking highway. So obviously that's not the right thing to do, but for these yahoos that just think I can sit in the middle of the road and I have a bubble of white light around me, so I'm protected. It's like, no, you are messing with people. You're in the road, that's dangerous. You're enraging people, that's dangerous. And if you enrage someone who's got a few screws loose to begin with, like, that's possible. And unfortunately for these protesters in Panama, it didn't work out well for them. And here's a motorist who got rather rageful because he was trying to get to work. These people were blocking the road. See how that turned out for them.
Come on, man. Hey, man, go, man. Go, man. Go, man.
Actually, that seems like a good form of exercise. It's like a form of deadlift, farmer's carry. You have these activists, they're like, when someone picks you up, just act as limp as possible, which is very hard to manage. Like if you've ever carried dead bodies, before you dispose of them, it's a lot to carry around. It's a very awkward weight. Kidding, I don't carry dead bodies. But anyway, it is a good form of exercise.
Bro.
Getting a little more mad.
I'm trying to be respectful. Yo, I got a job I gotta go to. Yo, I'm about to get locked up for 3-4 years.
And you can hear him saying, yo, I've got a job to get to. And these climate activists, I would dare say, not only are they ineffective, I would dare say they're hurting their cause, but I would also say they are extremely selfish. Like, this is impeding on the freedom of other people. And that's something I don't support. Now, before we get back to the action, here is a website called declareemergency.org that is one of the websites, the organizations that these road blocking nut jobs they support. And apparently this organization helps organize, like, hey, here's a street for you to go sit in. And if you scroll down, it is just hilarious. You've heard about people going into museums, throwing soup and paint on valuable works of art. which is a crime. Well, here they've got a support Tim and Joanna. In April 2023, Tim and Joanna capped off our action period. Call it an action period. Are you committing crimes? Nope, this is an action period. With a brave and inspiring action at the National Gallery of Art. One of our supporters set up a fundraiser to help with their legal fund. You can see the picture here. They smeared paint all over this work of art. Luckily, it looks like it was just the glass case, yet that is still vandalism. This climate activist organization calls that a brave and inspiring action. I wonder what they call home invasions. Oh, dude, that is very brave. Very inspiring. Right on. And here's a great way to get rid of a climate protester blocking the road.
A great way to get rid of climate protesters blocking the road.
He apparently wasn't very committed to the cause. As soon as he thought he was going to get run over, he moved. That is very disrespectful to the climate. He's just not committed. And the irony of that is it took the car revving its engine to scare him. So in other words, that car emitting more carbon was all it took to get the climate activists off the road. And it's a problem all over the world. Here you can see in the Netherlands, the police are spraying these people with water. I guess it's a water cannon. Eventually it can be painful, but otherwise it's just like you're giving a bath to people who probably haven't bathed in a few months, helping them out, or at least helping out society around them. And if you thought blocking roads was very effective for fighting climate change, of course, gluing your hands to things, that reverses carbon emission. That takes everything down to carbon neutral real quick. But let alone if you're gluing your hands, not just to something, but you're gluing your hands to the road itself. Let's take a look.
Dozens of activists glued their hands to the roads in Germany to protest climate change. The German activist organization Last Generation blocked traffic on multiple highways. Police officers worked to detach the protesters' hands from the roads before carrying them away.
Be funny if the sentence just stopped at police worked to detach the protesters' hands. Be funny if that's actually what they did. Like, yeah, we got them off the road. Hands are still on the road, but we got them off the road. And back to people getting their road rage buttons pressed a little bit by the activists. Yeah, you got hit by a car. It's your fault, lady. I don't condone hitting people with your car. I do get a little joy out of that, though. Listen to this lady who was in her car, who's being impeded by these activists fighting, the boogeyman. Listen to what she has to say, because this is a real person that these climate activists are impacting while they're having zero impact on the climate.
Are you serious? I started a new job today. I have been unemployed since April.
Starting a new job today, been unemployed since April. Not able to get that job.
I have an interview today. Are you serious? That's not fair because of how you feel. This is the wrong way to go about it.
This is the wrong way to go about it. Well, let's fact check true. This gentleman had slightly less patience. He is squirting ink in the faces of these climate activists. And here you can see the end result of that. I would guess most of these people probably look better post-inking. Then an absolute classic. You've seen this before. Before Burning Man, you had climate activists blocking the roads, and wham, that's how we do it. Police just drive right through their barricades. How could that be? Yeah, it's called maintaining law and order. This is some of the lunacy happening. And I would dare say, if you have people out there acting like lunatics, but saying it's for a good cause, I would dare say we need to really rethink their cause. Like, is their cause as crazy as their behavior? Is their cause born out of lies and deception, and thus these people are acting in erratic ways? It's just a question. But let me know in the comments below what you think about climate activists and what you think is an effective strategy for helping clear them off the road. Which, by the way, the human body is made up of a lot of carbon, so Just clearing them off the road, we're getting rid of a lot of carbon while we do that. People acting like idiots with good intentions, it's kind of funny. See you on our next video, but before that, here's a special message. I'll tell you what ticks me off more than anything in the past few years, and it's tyrannical powers trying to keep life-saving medications from common people like you and I. Like, for example, they've coined the term horse deworming medication on an actual life-saving medication to try to smear it. And this is a medication that's won a Nobel Prize in medicine because it's so effective. But even worse than that psychological warfare is they've tried to keep it from physically going into people's hands. They've even tried to ban doctors from prescribing it. I don't like that, and I'm sure as heck not gonna leave my health and wellness in the hands of these tyrannical authorities, and that's why I am a major fan of the Wellness Company and their new product, the Emergency Medical Kit. It contains potentially life-saving medications like antiparasitics, antibiotics, and antivirals, the very one that they try to make it very hard for you to get. The Wellness Company makes it easy. I've used it, my family has used it, and we were able to use it because the Emergency Medical Kit puts control of your health and wellness back in your hands. The Emergency Medical Kit is flying off the shelves because freedom lovers want to be prepared, whether it's for emergencies, sickness, or the zombie apocalypse. Now you might be saying, well, JP, that's all well and good, but I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't know what to take. Here's the cool part. The Emergency Medical Kit also comes with the Emergency Medication Guidebook, detailing exactly what to take and when. Yep, sorry tyrants, I will be taking back control over my health and wellness, and the Emergency Medical Kit makes it possible. So if you want to be prepared for the unexpected, go to twc.health/jpreacts and order your Emergency Medical Kit today. And while you're there, be sure to use the discount code JPReacts for 15% off. And please note, the Emergency Medical Kit is available only in the USA. Pays to be an American.